former finance minister. Terkper says Ghana's debt stock is hitting the 70% sustainability threshold following what he describes as excessive borrowing by the current government. Ahead of the mid-year review and supplementary budget presentation on Thursday, Terkper is asking the finance minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, to come clean on Ghana's debt figures, questioning why the energy sector and the banking sector cleanup debts have been excluded from the debt numbers. I spoke to him a moment ago. Should the energy sector debt and then also the banking sector bailouts be included in our debt stock?
The emphatic answer is yes. And that is how we have always done it. And so when the methodology was changed in 2017, you are right in saying that I was pointing it out, that we have changed the methodology. And if you have changed the methodology, tell Parliament, don't hide it in the footnotes, don't hide it in an appendix. Go to Parliament and tell the nation that we have changed the methodology. Now, 2020, it is no longer Terkper who is saying it, because it sounded in 2017, 2018 like sour grapes, like you had lost power, right? And you know, what is it that you are doing? I've heard many people say that, but I believe that I had a responsibility, because my whole career is fiscal, tax expenditure as an accountant. So I felt I had a duty, and I was writing and warning. I like Ghanaians to put Terkper aside and look at the IMF. The IMF has gone back now and revised our deficit figures. We said we did 3.5, IMF said no, you did 5.8. We said we did 4.5, IMF said no, you did 7. We said we did 4.7, IMF said no, you did, you know, yes. Now we excluded it and we said our debt was 55, right? Even in 2017, IMF has revised that to 57. And then the below 60s, the IMF has revised all of them. I'm saying not just 2020 figures, but the IMF has gone back to 2017 and revised the deficit and revised the debt. It's no longer Terkper.
But you also agree that we are a sovereign state. We have our own figures coming from the BOG. We have our own figures from the finance ministry. Why do you seem to be a fan of the IMF figures when we have our own domestic way of, giving our figures? Why would you want to play by that of the IMF when we have?
You see, the first answer, you are a member of the IMF. And what we call Article 4, right, is the Articles of Association. Articles of Association. So you are joining an association. And you are signing. And Article 4 says that the IMF can come to your country, whether you have a program or you don't have a program. And you are obliged to tell them the truth about your numbers. Otherwise, the consequence is that the financial markets we were just talking about, sovereign borrowing and the rest, they look to the IMF. Why do they look to the IMF? They look to the IMF because what I am saying does not apply to Ghana. What I am saying, the IMF can go to, is obliged under Article 4 to go to the US, go to Germany, go to all the advanced countries, and they will have to open their books. And so if you say that you have a methodology and the IMF gives you that dispensation, right, they'll go to the board and they will tell them, they'll ask you, so would you allow the US to also do it that way? Would you allow Nigeria to do it that way? Yes, and if you excluded it, is it being excluded for Cote d'Ivoire, for Nigeria, for the African countries, Kenya? And then how do you down compare Ghana? You know, in other words, there's a standard, right? There's a standard. So it's like saying, my shirt size is 32. You have a right, as a tailor, to change what is everybody knows internationally as 32. But your client will come and you will sew and you say, I have my own measurement. As members of the IMF, we are obliged to disclose. And I'm saying that what we have been saying, you are not going to agree with the IMF. So come and tell us, the nation. It's about standards.
So,
Yes.
so where you sit, having said all that you've said, should we add the energy sector debt? Should we add the banking sector cost? The
You see,
cleanup?
it's not just...
What is the percentage? Are we nearing the 70% threshold that
Yes, we are.
of debt sustainability, and what does that
Yes,
mean
we are.
for
All
Ghana?
estimates,
and where do you think we are?
all estimates state that, I don't want to speculate, but all estimates by the rating agencies, if you don't want me to mention IMF, the World Bank and others, are stating that our debt will be 70% or more at the end of the year. And we are now at about 63, 65. I take issue with the 59 or whatever which was, because if you are at the end of 63, sorry, 2019 you are 63, and then you are telling me you are now at 59, it means that even within COVID you are telling me you pay down the debt to reduce it to 59, then why are we going to borrow for COVID? So that we do proper management of our debt.
So are you saying that with our current status as a middle income status, we will not get to benefit from the debt suspension service initiative, that's the DSSI?
If they do it, it's a dispensation. But I'm saying, remember what I said, prepare for the future. You may be giving today because COVID is so severe. But if you continue, you know, without putting money buffers aside and whatever, a time will come, you won't get it.
But do you advise that we follow in DSSI?
Do we have an option?
Is this something we should do?
I'm saying, do we have an option?
I'm asking you.
Well, we look to government whether they want to do it or not.